Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to the Sweetwater Minute. This week on the Sweetwater Minute, we are joined by Hutch Hutchison from Rupert Neve Designs. Hutch, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Mitch.
And your title is Senior Designer at Neve, correct?
That's right.
Can you tell us how you arrived at being in that position?
Sure. Years ago, I started off in an operation a little bit like this, a musical instrument retailer. Moved from there to live sound, clubs, then stadiums, hockey rinks, concert halls, that whole routine. Band you might have heard of, the Guess Who, and then Burton Cummings. From there into studios, up in Canada still. Producer, engineer, maintenance guy, doing the whole thing.
Right.
From there to New York.
Right. And where were we at in New York?
Electric Lady Studios mostly.
Right, right.
A little bit for console manufacturers, Focusrite, and a little bit of freelance for SSL. Freelance other studios as well.
Right.
From there, had my own little operation selling a few product lines. Manly was one of them, which took me out to California, and I ended up at Manly for 14 years.
Right, so you were a designer at Manly, working on the products there.
Yeah. Everything from Voxbox, Massive Passive, Slam, 16-2 mixer, the list goes on and on.
Right, right, all the great products in that company.
Yeah, it was 14 years, so it was a bunch of stuff.
Right, a lot of designs, right. So how did you end up at Neve in Texas?
Got a call from Rupert and Josh. They needed somebody. I was ready to work with a team. At Manly, I was pretty much the whole engineering department, and I was ready for other people. And Rupert was, frankly, a hero of mine. And,
right. Can't pass up that opportunity to work with a legend.
No, and learn some more and carry on his legacy, really.
Right. Now, we were talking earlier, and you said that Rupert is still very actively involved in the company,
Oh,
still actively in the designs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what kinds of things is he doing there?
He comes into the office 3-4 times a week, still supervising most of the designs.
Right.
Transformer designs particularly, that's all of his. But he's doing a lot of work with SE. And really is the final word on everything we're doing.
Right, right. So he still has the ears.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing years.
Now, you were also talking about how, coming from the generation he comes from, that his style of design is really kind of different and has influenced the way that you work on things.
Right. He probably started off in the 50s, really. Transformer design, working for companies, doing that kind of stuff. And he was taught by the old master transformer designers.
Right.
And now he's passing that along to us. Teaching classes and doing that routine is amazing.
Now, that's really what differentiates the company and the products that you manufacture, is that you have that legacy and that history going back to really one of the really master designers of transformer-based gear, and then rolling that into the more modern approach that he's now taking, because it doesn't seem like Rupert really sits on his laurels. It seems like he's always looking forward.
It's actually what I admire most about Rupert is that he's very creative. He's always pushing the boundaries.
So what is the design process that Rupert and the team go through with you to come up with the new products when you're working on them?
Usually starts with customer requests. They often come through Josh, but some of them come from Rupert, from myself. And we sit down, discuss them. If we like the idea, we start sketching it out. Panels, features, topology, what kind of amplifiers we're going to use, what kind of voltage rails, what the target is. From there, we'll confab and settle on what we're going to do. The next step is probably the most important, which is where we breadboard and listen. There's a surprising amount of listening that goes on.
Right.
The test gear will tell us a whole bunch of stuff. Our ears will tell us a whole bunch more. And then as the design goes along to prototype, once again, more listening, more refining, and even right up to the point where we're ready to send stuff out, it goes out to select known golden ears as well for their evaluation and feedback. And it's really, really about listening and making good choices all along the way, having a good solid foundation. Onto that we add the features and functions that most people interface with.
Right.
But the foundation has to be super, super strong.
So you're here today, you did a morning meeting with our sales engineers, showing them the new products and demonstrating them for us. And today, you're going to give us a tour of the new mastering bus processor, correct?
My pleasure.
All right. I'm going to let you take it away.
All right.
But thanks so much for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mitch.
And have at it.
All right. Hi, I'm Hutch Hutchison, Senior Designer at Rupert Neve Designs, and I'd like to show you all our new Portico 2 Master Bus Processor. It's quite a nice little box. It is basically a very versatile dual compressor. It's suitable for everything from drums, vocals, bass, all the way up to full tilt, high-end superstar mastering. And there's very, very few boxes that are suitable for the whole range of possible compressor uses. What we have over here is channel A and channel B. Channel A has a unique function where it can be the master in link mode. I don't know of any other compressor offhand that offers that, at least in hardware. It's kind of a common thing in software, but it's pretty unique in the hardware world. We have threshold control, ratio control, typical things you'd expect, wide-ranging attack and release controls, makeup gain. We have a blend control, which allows you to do the equivalent of parallel processing. When you have the blend fully clockwise, it's 100% compressor. As you turn it back, it mixes in the dry signal. This allows you to raise the lower level stuff and still keep your peaks, your transients, your dynamics, so to speak. Very useful control. One of the nice new things on this box is a texture control. This is much like the silk button of the mic pre's and that kind of thing, except that now it's completely variable from essentially off all the way to reasonably drastic. And we have two modes for that. One is we call silk red, and the other is silk blue. Silk red accentuates more of the bottom end. Silk blue is more of the top end. And it introduces that nice harmonic vintage kind of flavor that people have been asking for. We also have a very, very interesting one knob limiter. It's a very sophisticated little circuit with 4 automatic release time tricks going on, plus a bit of a soft clipper. It's amazing in the sense that you can do some pretty drastic limiting without it sounding like it. Typically you can get twice as much a gain reduction as you can with most other boxes without the damage. It's truly amazing. We also have feed forward, feedback, 2 different flavors of compression. Feed forward is a little bit faster, more modern sounding, more typical of compressors built after, say, 1980. Feedback is old school. Very smooth, very vintage flavored. We also introduced a new button on this guy, Peak RMS. Most of Rupert's designs are RMS. The peak mode allows it to go just a little bit faster, catches those quickest of transients. We also have a sidechain filter, starts rolling off the sidechain at 250 hertz, keeps the bass from pumping, makes it that much more versatile. There's also a sidechain insert button, Got jacks on the back for introducing an EQ, so you can make the thing into a de-esser or anything else like that. Also, on this box, we have a stereo field editor. The stereo field editor is basically mid-side processing. What's interesting about this one is that it allows you to blend in the mid and side information. So that at 12 o'clock, it's like an EQ, that 0 dB boost or cut. You can boost it or cut it without the usual potential damage to left-right separation that you get most other mid-sum processing or mid-side processing. We've also have a very special EQ associated with this, 4 different frequency bands, tailored for mid-side processing, lows, low mid, and high. So that's the Portico 2 Master Bus processor. I would really like to get it into your hands and let you try it yourself. If you have more questions, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. They'd be glad to help you out.